So we all know who Jim Gaffigan is, right? He's probably the most successful comedian in the world right now, maybe second to Dave Chappelle. But anyway, I want to tell you a quick little story about the recordings you're about to hear. A friend of mine who is a very successful photographer in the entertainment industry, he's photographed everyone from Elton John to James Earl Jones to presidents and just all these incredible people. But one day he just got a gig taking a photo of an unknown comedian, a guy named Jim Gaffigan. And so he took photos and hung out with this guy for the afternoon and said he was funny, really funny guy. And I had fun hanging out with him. And he gave me these CDs. These are CDs of him doing his act in a club. And they were just these really crummy CDs. They were in, a plastic case, but there was just a poorly printed paper flap in the front of each CD, and the actual compact disc inside had handwriting on it with the title, and it was just obviously just a handmade thing, and something that Jim Gaffigan was passing around probably to comedy clubs to get gigs and stuff. This was well before his career had taken off. So anyway, I took the CDs and listened to them, and they were hysterically funny, of course, as we all know. And it's really incredible to listen back on these early recordings. This is just when he's in little clubs trying to break his career, and I think they're really entertaining to hear him back in that early stage. And he's the same Jim Gaffigan, but he's you can hear that he's just starting to develop the things that made him so famous. So anyway, these are the recordings, 2 different CDs, and I hope you enjoy them as much as I have.
I guess I should open up. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I like bread. Yeah, I'm just being honest. I like bread, but I tell you, when I go out to dinner to a fancy restaurant, suddenly I fucking love bread. Bread! They got bread here! Bread, and this shit's for free. Bread, we should have bread at home. We gotta get the recipe for bread. You ever eat the whole basket of bread? Then you have to ask for seconds? Yeah. Can we have some more of that free bread? And can you cancel my entree? I'm just gonna load up on the bread. This bread's good. Good ice water, too. All your free shit's great. Bread's not good for you, though. That would be awkward for certain hostages. Oh yeah, thanks a lot, but I'm actually on a no-carb diet. Can't eat the bread. He had an awful lot of bread jokes. I hope he doesn't have any more. Pita bread, that is the best health perception. Take a piece of cheese, bad for you, put it in pita. It's okay. That's why when I smoke crack, I do it in pita. Because it's not addictive. Well, that bread joke was okay. But he can't have any more. Wonder bread, huh? I don't even think that's a bread. Because bread's not supposed to catch on fire. That one was okay. I like the pita one best. He can't have any more. He'll probably go back to one later on. You guys getting boozed up? Yeah. I don't drink. It's kind of hard to get a woman buzzed on a date when you don't drink. You'd be like, yeah, I'll have a glass of water, and you want a shot of Jaeger? You want 10 of them? When you don't drink, people always need to know why. Too. Like, you don't drink? Why? This never happens with anything else. You don't use mayonnaise? Why? Are you addicted to mayonnaise? Is it okay if I use mayonnaise? I could go outside. Use the mayonnaise out there. I don't drink. I am alcohol free. I do a lot of cocaine. You ever hang around that friend that gets mad if you don't have a drink? I'm getting a beer. You want a beer? Oh, I'll have a Diet Coke. What are you, gay? Yes, that's it. You figured it out. Homophobia is kind of strange, you know. We all have friends that are gay. I didn't think I was homophobic at all until I ran to the gay pride parade. Actually, I was like, they're just having a parade, you know, this doesn't faze me. Then like a wave came over me, I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here! I sprinted away. Before you know it, I was skipping. Because it's contagious. I have drank before. You ever get so drunk you wet the bed? Maybe that's just me. I did that once. It wasn't even my bed. Some girl I picked up. I pick up a girl like once every 2 years. I had to pee in her bed. Next morning she was like, "What the hell is that?" She's like, that's knee sweat. That's an awful lot of knee sweat. Yeah, I got sweaty knees. Of course, she lives in my neighborhood. So I see her like once a month. She's always with her female friend. She always points me out. That fucking freak peed in my bed. I was like, "Hey, how you doing? You still got that mattress? You know, in the animal kingdom, that'll be mine. But enjoy." I just am glad he's not doing bread jokes. I got rather sick of those. Boozed up. Yeah, eating. Isn't food great? I love food. I love going out to dinner. That's great, huh? Yeah. I always feel uncomfortable, though, when the waiter's doing the specials, you know? Because it's kind of a semi-conversation. I was like, "Our specials, we have a filet tonight." And then there's like that pause. I was like, "Am I supposed to say something?" Sounds good. Next. The entire time they're doing the specials, I always act like I'm so interested. I'm like, "Oh, that's the soup of the day? That's great, I'm not getting any of this shit. Move it along." I never decide what I want to order until right when the waiter's there. So I always have that order panic. I was like, "All right, Jim, what do you want?" I'm like, burrito porta vallarta. And it comes and it's like a snail and an egg. I don't even want this. You can't really return it because you ordered it. But I didn't read the menu. I'm not that smart. I like having an appetizer. That's great, huh? It's an extra entree. I wouldn't want to have to explain an appetizer to like someone in a starving country, though. You know? Oh, see, an appetizer? That's food we eat before we have our food. No, you're talking about dessert. That's the food we eat after we eat. Oh yeah, we got tons of food. Sometimes we put the food in a bag and we just bring it home and give it to the dog. I don't like waiting for the entree. You ever wait a really long time for the entree and when it finally comes, the plate's really hot? For a second, you're like, "Are they making plates back there? Because I don't need a new plate." "Your burger's ready. The plate's still in the kiln." "Can I just have it on a napkin?" "We'd have to knit the napkin." All right. Have you been seeing those holiday movies? I love going to the movies. I love the movie previews. Why is it whenever you're watching a movie preview, you always feel like you have to comment on it to the person you're with? You're always like, "Yeah, I'm not going to see that movie. I'm going to wait for that on video." When you think about it, it's just a commercial for the movie. You know, you're never sitting at home watching TV. "Yeah, I'm not buying that cereal. I don't like cereals with raisins in them." What's your take on that commercial? Where are you going? Movies are great for dates too, right? Unless it's a movie about a serial killer. Because then there's never an appropriate time to make a move. Like, he just strangled that little girl. Hello. Just getting comfortable. Everyone has different tastes in movies. You know what kind of movies I love? You're going to think this is so queer. Gay porn. Oh, that makes me gay? Because I collect gay porn? It is weird, though, to talk about movies. You ever read a movie that was released a while ago and you enjoy it, but there's kind of that awkwardness because you can't talk about it with anyone? You're like, "Hey, I just saw Heat." Heat? I saw that 8 years ago. Yeah, I want to talk about it now. No, loser. Why not? You ever talk about a movie with someone that read the book? Everybody's so kind of, oh, the book was much better than the movie. Oh, really? What I enjoyed about the movie? No reading. Yeah. It only took 2 hours, and then I could take a nap. I'm too lazy. You ever read an article and at the bottom it says continued on page 6? I'm like, not for me. I'm done. Why don't you stop bossing me around? Then I finally get to page 6. I can't remember what I was reading. You ever read the ending to a different article? Al Gore ran from a flood. What was he doing in Bangladesh? That's odd. I do read though. You ever read a book that changed your life? Me neither. I don't have the attention span. Every now and then I'll read a book, I'll be so proud of myself, I'll try and squeeze it in the conversation. People are like, hey Jim, I read a book. 198 pager. That's great. What was it about? No idea. Took me 3 years, but I read her. You ever get a book as a present? People are like, here, I got this. Was this an assignment? No, it's a present. Why don't you read it? Here, I got a present for you. You can mow my lawn. You ever buy a book and not read it? You feel kind of guilty having it on a bookshelf. They're like, hey, how was that book? I haven't read it yet. Oh, you just got it? I've had it since high school. Oh, well, can I borrow it? No. I need proof that I know how to read. Yeah, I'm a reader. A horrible reader. I'm a poor speller too. You know you're a poor speller when you're writing something. You have to change what you're writing about based on the words you know how to spell. No one's here. I'll leave a note. Guess I'll see it tomorrow. Next week. I gotta get spell check Fizz. 10. He was rather dumb. He didn't know how to do a lot of things. I do have a girlfriend. Isn't it strange when you're single, all you see are couples? And then when you're part of a couple, all you see are hookers. What is that about? I don't know what that says about him. I recently met my girlfriend's parents, and apparently when you meet someone's mom, you're not supposed to hug them and go, oh yeah. Ooh, this feels right. I'm not letting go. And if their dad's short, don't try and pick them up. You're like a little baby daddy. It's a baby daddy who wants to play Superman. My girlfriend's great. I love her and she loves to talk. I don't know what she's doing right now, but I guarantee she's talking. Every night she's like, oh, you're about to fall asleep? Let me ask you 10 questions. If I dumped you right now, what would you do? I'd probably get a good night's sleep. Here's a quick impression of my girlfriend. I'm about to tell you something very important, but I'm not going to get to it for the next 45 minutes. Blah, 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 blah. I think you should be lucky he has a girlfriend. She does do a lot of talking. You'd think I wouldn't get in trouble, but actually I get in trouble not for what I say, but what she thinks I thought. So there are times when she says, well, that's not what you said, but that's what you were thinking. And I'm so dumb, I'm like, is it? God, I am a dick. I don't even know what I'm thinking. She has complete control over me. She can get me to do anything. Last August she said to me, she goes, I think I'd like to go blueberry picking. Maybe we should go blueberry picking. I remember thinking to myself, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, no way. You can't even get migrant workers to do that. But the weird thing is, not even 10 seconds later, there I was picking blueberries. What am I doing here? I rented a car? And picking blueberries, it's not like picking pumpkins, It's not like, hey, I got one. Let's get the fuck out of here. Because with blueberries, you're never done. Because even after 3 hours, you're like, I got 6. We could make a muffin. There's gotta be a machine to do this. How adorable. Spend a Saturday afternoon doing manual labor. How charming and romantic. I do love having a girlfriend. I love to have sex. Anybody ever had sex before? That's great, isn't it? Tell you, whenever I'm having sex, I'm always thinking the same thing. I can't believe I don't do this more often. In fact, I gotta do it again right afterwards. Then I get done, I'm like, well, not right afterwards. Not a machine or something. My girlfriend, she always wants to discuss things after sex. She's always, what was your favorite part of making love? Like, I don't know, probably when I blew my load. Oh, he lost me with that joke. That might be funny in the locker room. Why do we have to talk about it? We just did it. That's silly. He has some silly jokes. Some of them were weird.
I like doing stand-up. I was fired from my last day job for, as they described it, hitting my boss. It's a total misunderstanding. I was late for work. You know, we've all been late. I was like 8 hours late. And I came in and my boss was like, can I talk to you? And I jokingly said, why don't you suck my dick? And, well, she took it the wrong way. She started cursing, and I was like, hello, I think we can do that language. Have you ever been innocently videotaping your neighbor getting dressed? And they look at you like you're a weirdo, and you know you're an artist. It's called installation art, I believe. My neighbors recently got 2 kittens, and I don't know if you can tell by looking at me, but I love to kick cats. And I know he was joking about that. That's funny. You ever hear your neighbors having sex? I always think the same thing. If they knew I was under their bed. Just want to lean out and go, yeah. Wow, looks like you guys are having fun up there, huh? You got anything to read? I quit smoking, not that my girlfriend believes me. Because sometimes when I stay at her place and she's not there, she'll come back and the apartment will be filled with smoke. And I'm not sure, but I think her dog smokes. Recently I was house sitting for her. I didn't want to, but it was good money. And I'm house sitting. I come in the house. This dog is watching a porno and talking on one of these 900 numbers. I'm like, what in the dickens is going on? Next thing I know, the dog flips me the phone. I stumble to catch it. I fall on the couch. My pants fall off. Just then my girlfriend starts coming through the front door. I look like I've been binging on porno when it was the dog, you know? You bastards don't believe me. I'm exaggerating a little bit. I mean, I don't have a girlfriend. I feel a little nauseous. I had a Hot Pocket for dinner. Anybody else have a Hot Pocket? Never really see that on a menu. I will have the Caesar salad and the Hot Pocket. Let's see, today's specials. We have a sea bass, which is flambéed, and we have a Hot Pocket, which is cooked in a dirty microwave. And that comes with a side of Metamucil. Is your Hot Pocket cold in the middle? It's frozen. I'll have a Hot Pocket. I buy Hot Pockets. I go in grocery stores, I'm like, yeah, I'll get these. I've never eaten a Hot Pocket and then afterwards been, I'm glad I ate that. I was like, I'm gonna die. I was looking at a box on Hot Pockets. They have a warning printed on the side. They're warning you to spot Hot Pockets. If you're drunk or heading up to a trailer, you hillbilly, enjoy the next NASCAR event. There's a picture of Jeff Gordon on there. Hot Pocket. I don't know if you saw that they've introduced the vegetarian Hot Pocket, finally, you know. For the people that, you know, don't want to eat meat but still want diarrhea. Hot Pocket. Sounds like a sexual disorder, doesn't it? Look, Bobby, sometimes when fellas don't go on dates, they what we call a hot pocket. Doesn't mean you're bad, it just means you need a girlfriend. When I was your age, I used to get hot pockets all the time. Then I met your mother and she gave me a Pop-Tart. Oh, that was corny and disgusting. I eat pretty good now. I try and drink the bottled water, you know. I feel silly paying for it though. Whenever I go in a store, I'm always like, hey, how you doing? Yeah, I know I get water free from my faucet, but I want to pay for it. I'm just curious, do you have any air back there? Can I buy your garbage? You know, it is water. How did we get to the point where we're paying for bottled water? There must have been some weird marketing meeting over in France. You know, some French guy was sitting there, he's like, how dumb do I think the Americans are? I bet you we get some of this idiot's water. And look, here, the Americans are pretty dumb, but they're not going to buy water. Yes, they are. Let's just tell the Americans the water's from France. We bought it. I don't know if you're like me, when they first introduced bottled water, I thought it was so funny. I was like, bottled water? They're selling bottled water. I guess I'll try it. Oh, this is good. This is more watery than water. This has got a water kick to it. I was looking at a bottle of water. They have nutritional facts printed on the side. You know, I'm no chemist, but I have a rough idea what's in water. I can't expect to turn the bottle and see a recipe printed. That's how you make ice cubes, huh? You just freeze this stuff. But you need a tray. That's how they trick you into it. Try and eat healthy, but I'm bad so often. You know. Whenever I go to an airport, I always have one of those Cinnabons. You ever had one of those? Those are good for you, right? I feel like just going up there going, yeah, I'll take one Cinnabon, you can just staple it on my ass. It's going there anyway. So bad, it's kind of generous calling that a bun, you know? Oh, it's a bun, it weighs as much as a child, but it's a bun. You have to take a nap halfway through, you're like, do we have insulin around here? I think I'm having a heart attack. You need a wagon to carry the thing around. I gotta have my Cinnabon here. I'm gonna bring that to the gate with me. I'm on this new diet, your Lunchables diet. Have you tried that? Those are good for that's convenient food for the kids, right? Because you can give them cheese, crackers, cigarettes. All the shit that says I don't care. My favorite food is Mexican food. I used to be a waiter in a Mexican restaurant in Indiana. And that's where you want to go for Mexican. I love Mexican food's great, but it's essentially all the same ingredients. So as a waiter, you always have to deal with these stupid questions. You'd be like, what is nachos? Nachos? It's tortilla with cheese, meat, or vegetables. Oh, well then what is a burrito? Tortilla with cheese, meat, or vegetable. Oh, then what is a tostado? Tortilla with cheese, meat, or vegetable. Well then what is, look, it's all the same shit. Why don't you just say a Spanish word and I'll bring you something? Mexican food is great, but it is all the same. It's almost a conspiracy. So it was like they had a meeting 200 years ago in Mexico, and one guy stood up, he was like, hey, look, the reason I got everyone here is pretty simple. I figured we could rename this one entree 7 times and sell it to the North Americans. The French said it was a good idea. Who's in on it? And one guy in the back stood up and goes, well, wouldn't that be dishonest? Well, keep your mouth shut. We'll name one of the entrees after you. What's your name? My name's Chimichanga. That is a true story. I saw that on A&E's biography. Chimichanga as food continues on biography. I recently saw that A&E did the biography of Vanna White. That's the joke. I mean, have we run out of people? I mean, I acknowledge she put the women's movement back about 120 years, but he's getting political. I was watching Animal Planet recently. You know, the male seahorse has the baby? And I was thinking, why don't they just call that the female seahorse? You know, it's just some stubborn scientist who's like, yeah, that one there's the male seahorse. The assistant was like, Bill, that one's having a baby. Oh, shit. The male has the baby. Don't you know anything? You're fired, by the way. My favorite animal is the manatee, the sea cow. The manatee is endangered with extinction, and I think it's because it's out of shape. Looks like a retired football player. You ever seen it on the Discovery Channel? Or floating around like, I'm bloated. Too much pizza. The manatee is also called the sea cow. That kind of sounds like an insult. It's as if the manatee was introduced to the ocean, the other animals were like, who's the new guy? The manatee was like, oh, hi everyone, you can call me the manatee. You're right, sea cow. I named manatee. Sea cow, fat ass. I'd love to see the manatee on like a show like Ricky Lake. Man could be like sitting out, Ricky, I'm here because I'm endangered. Now one of those mean people in the audience would offer up the advice. Yeah, I want to say something to the sea pig. That sea cow, whatever. Sea pig, you gotta get yourself an education and a job. Man could be like, I live in the ocean. Just so happen you live in the ocean because you ain't got no job. You gotta get Weight Watch or some kind of program. I have a layer of rubber to keep my body warm in the water. Whatever, talk to my hand. I don't have my hand. Doesn't it kind of look like God didn't finish the manatee? He's like sitting there, he's like, manatee? Manatee's next? Alright, blob of shit here, blob of shit there. What, a phone for me? Yeah, fuck it. That is sacrilegious. I wouldn't like it.
It's crowded in Times Square, huh? You ever walk by someone that's walking so slow you have to hold yourself back from stabbing them? You better move it along, huh? That walker has wheels for a reason, you know? Oh, that guy's a dick. You ever walk next to that stranger that wants to walk the same speed as you? Get the fuck away from me. What, are we on a date here? I don't even know you. Sometimes I find myself being the weirdo. You ever been walking next to some stranger and for no reason at all, you decide if you beat them to the corner, you'll be a millionaire? And I'm like, whatever. I get to press the walk button before you. You think those walk buttons do anything? You know, some guy at the government was like, what can we give the morons to press? How about a button? You always press it, you're like, and you're like, maybe I didn't press it hard enough. And then someone will come up and they're like, did you press it? And you're like, yeah, I pressed it. And they're like, why don't you press it again? Okay, I'll press it again. Then by that point it changes and you're like, I did that. I changed the traffic in this city. I have a lot of power. You ever been walking right towards somebody? And so you walk to the right, and then they walk to the right. You walk to the left, and they walk to the left. You know, there's an awkward moment. Just lean forward and kiss them. Look like you want it from my angle. And then when they're walking away, just hit them on the ass. You'll be back. You'll be back for some of that loving. I love the impatience of New Yorkers. Like, have you ever had somebody not ask for directions but demand them? You're just innocently walking down the street, you hear a horn, some guy's like, Holland Tunnel! You know, like you were supposed to fax this guy directions. Suddenly you're wasting his time. Let's go, buddy, Holland Tunnel. I was just going to the store. I didn't realize it was my shift. Let's see, the Holland Tunnel is in my ass, alright? Dick cheese. Dick cheese. Here's something fun to do after the show. Just go into Times Square, walk up to a stranger and give them directions they haven't asked for. Hey, how you doing? What you want to do? Head straight down Broadway. You wearing a thong? No? That's kind of scary. He does some scary jokes. Have you ever been caught staring but you're not even staring? You're daydreaming and then your eyes come into focus and some huge guy's like, what's up? I wasn't even looking at you. I didn't do anything wrong. You ever been walking down the street, you see someone you know, but instead of saying hi, you decide to surprise them? So you jump on their back. Then you realize it's not even your friend. You have to explain why you don't have pants on. I'm really sorry about that. I didn't mean that. There's so many things I love about New York. Like, I love the graffiti. My favorite are the people that get so upset that someone's written on a subway poster that they feel like they have to respond in writing. So someone will write, Bloomberg sucks. And then someone will write underneath it, no, you suck. Like the first guy's ever gonna see that. Like he's getting his butt. You guys gotta see what I wrote about them. Hey, wait a minute! That guy said I suck. Well, you suck. I love New York. It's made me kind of paranoid living in New York. Whenever I visit another city and I'm in a cab, I always act like I'm from that city so the cab driver doesn't rip me off. I was like, yeah, it's good to be back home. Back here where I grew up. Yeah, here in Tokyo. Everything looks familiar because I grew up here. Oh, where do I need to go, driver? I need to go to my old stomping grounds. That would be the Holiday Inn. And the address appears to be the pound sign. So step on it. I'm meeting some kemasabis for lunch at a dojo. That's silly. That's very silly.
Anybody a weatherman here? Don't you kind of feel sorry for the weatherman? Doesn't it always seem like the weatherman's trying to become friends with the other newscasters and they're blowing them off? Weatherman's always like, hey, how you guys doing? Just do the weather, nerd. Greyhound bus driver, that's a tough job. You been on Greyhound lately? It's like a traveling insane asylum. They should pass out the National Enquirer for reference. There's Lobster Boy. I feel for those Greyhound bus drivers. Not only do they have to drive the lunatics around, they have to have their back to them the entire time. Sit down! Anybody a gym teacher? Do you think when gym teachers are younger, they're thinking, I want to teach, but I don't want to read? How about kickball for 40 years? I can't believe we got grades in gym class. I never used anything I learned in there. I've never been, all right, I'm saying in front of a room full of strangers, based on what I've learned in gym class, I will throw a red ball at a fat guy.
does no good. Pope, that's a weird job, huh? Anyone Pope here? Anyone studying to be Pope? Wouldn't it have been weird to go to high school with the Pope? You know, somebody sitting at home watching TV in Poland, they see the Pope on TV, they think, wait a minute. That guy was a dick. He was so mean to me. He gave me a swirly. I got a swirly from the Pope. I think it would be great if you had a kid that ended up being Pope. That would be the ultimate bragging rights. Oh, your son's a doctor? Yeah, ours is Pope. Oh, they have a house? He has his own city. It's in Europe. He does okay. I'm very superstitious. I have the worst zodiac sign. I remember when I was 8 years old, my brother and I were finding out our signs. My brother's like, what am I? What am I? And my sister's like, you're a Capricorn. And I was like, oh, neat, what am I? What am I? And she's like, you're Cancer. Oh, I killed Grandma. What's my symbol? Class. Oh, no. I killed Grandpa. Girlfriend, she's superstitious. She's a born-again Christian. I love to joke around with her, like I'll just call her up and just say, who is this? And I'll just go, the devil. I got to play around with her. She'll always be like, why do you do that? And I go, because I'm not a killer. That's scary. That's scary. I'm glad I have a girlfriend. I hate it being single. That blows. People are always so weird to you. They're always like, oh, you're single? Don't worry, there's someone out there. So condescending. Don't worry, a blind pig, you can find some acorn. Worse is when you're getting set up. Because you can tell when you're exactly what your friends think of you by the people they set you up with. Like, hey, what'd you think of Linda? Hey, fuck you. I'm not that desperate, Jesus. You have to hang around that friend that's getting way too much sex when you're single. I was like, yeah, last night around the third time I had a hard time getting up, you know what I mean? No. Is that similar to ironing a shirt or something? You ever find yourself turning into your parents? Find yourself standing a certain way, or you pick up a hooker? You know what I'm talking about? I don't understand that. Oh, someone's cell phone's ringing. That's scary. That's some scary jokes. I'm gonna stand here a little bit like Superman, if you don't mind. It's a pretty macho stance because Superman stood like this. But what if, instead of standing like this, what if Superman stood like this? Where's Lex Luthor? Someone said he was going to be here, and I have a step class in an hour. Do you smell kryptonite? Because I am allergic to kryptonite. I had it once on a salad, and it gave me diarrhea. But I did lose 5 pounds. You know, Superman kind of looked tough in that outfit he wore, too. What if you knew Superman made that outfit himself? That would take some of the mystique away, wouldn't it? Well, I make all my own clothes. For the Superman outfit, I took a load of blue fabric, and I double-stitched in an S for super. And then I went with the blue tights, and I thought it might be chilly, so I wore a cape. Anybody wear a cape tonight? It's not really cape weather, is it? What's the difference between a cape and a shawl anyway? You know they came up with it. It was just some drunk guy wearing a blanket. Hey, buddy, you're wearing a blanket there, huh? Oh, listen, dickhead. It's not a blanket, it's a shawl. What? cape. Cape shawl. Cape shawl, that sounds like a new WB show. Cape shawl. That guy was bad-mouthing Superman. I didn't like it. You know, Superman was a little bit of a weirdo because he wears underwear over his pants. Oh yeah, that kind of shows off the package. I'm a slob. Anyone a slob here? Are you a slob, sir? All right, liar. I am a total slob. Who's a slob? Who's afraid to admit it? You're a slob? That means you're cool. I am a total slob, you know. You know you're a slob when someone breaks in your apartment and you don't notice for like a week. Oh, I did have a bureau there. That's right. Being a slob can affect your social life, too. You could be like on a date, you know, with some woman, you know, at night she'll be like, why don't we go back to your apartment? I was like, tonight? I think, you know, maybe we should wait or go to a hotel or something. That's horrible. You know, and people say that if you're a slob, you're lazy. You know, hello, maybe slobs have priorities. You know what I mean? I have priorities. I could pick up these newspapers and pizza boxes, but I would like to learn something by watching Growing Pains. Kirk Cameron is going to learn a very valuable lesson in this episode. I know that because I've seen it before. But I'm going to watch it again. I am so lazy and such a slob. Sometimes I'll see like the homeless sifting through the garbage and I'll just think, they are so motivated. I can't even empty my garbage. Oh, that was wrong. That was dead wrong, fella. I didn't like it. At all. I was back home, you know, a lot of my friends recently seem to be buying like apartments or houses, which I'm happy for them, but the only thing that I can't stand is encountering them needing me to see their place. I was like, oh, you gotta see our house. You gotta see our house. I was like, no, I don't. I've seen a house. And people don't do this with other things. They're not like, you gotta see our credit card debt. You gotta see what we pay in psychiatric care. You wouldn't believe it. Then they have to give you that brag by brag tour. Look at this. Look at this. Isn't this nice? That's original moldings. Isn't that nice? Look at that backyard. Isn't that nice? I always expect the guy to be like, honey, get out here. Look at that wife. Isn't that nice? Look at that. That's original moldings. Turn around, honey. Look at that backyard. That's silly. Whenever you go over to someone's house, you ever been at someone's house and they break out the photo album? You're like, oh, fuck. I don't know if I have the attention span to act interested through an entire photo album. And I was like, oh, how long did you go to Europe for? A month? Oh, shit. That guy's a dick. Yeah, anybody got kids here? I was hanging around my nephews at Christmas, and I'll tell you something, hanging around, it kind of just makes you, when you hang around like your nephews and nieces, it just really makes you want to have your own kids so you can hit them. And because no one disciplines their kids anymore. Is it just me, but when you see a teenager fall off a skateboard, doesn't it kind of put you in a good mood? For a second, you're like, I guess there is a God up there. Or sometimes, this guy's a negative Nelly. He's a negative Nelly.
Yay! Hooray! Hooray! All right, kick ass. All right, I've never heard of me either. Who is he and why is he so pale? I am this pale. I wish I was. Everyone in this city is so ethnic. I wish I was ethnic. I am nothing. Not even a little bit, you know? Because if you're Hispanic and you get angry, people are like, he's got a Latin temper. But if you're a regular white guy and you get mad, people are like, that guy's a dick. Stay away from him, he's a turd. Black guy walks in the room, people think, Wesley Snipes, Samuel Jackson. I walk in and people are like, I gotta do my taxes. And I hate John Tesh. John Tesh is a friend of ours. I wish I was Asian, you know, because then my interest in Asian women wouldn't be considered so creepy. Hits home for a lot of us, doesn't it? Actually, the reason I look like this is because my father was from Sweden and my mother was Elton John. He was a very good mommy. Always on the piano, though. People always do know someone that looks like me. They're always like, I know someone that looks like you. I never know what to say, you know. Well, tell them hi. I'm sure they're paying, get Rogaine. I don't know. I don't even recognize people when they look like me. I'm always like, who does that dork look? Oh shit, that's me. Oh dear. It's the paleness. You're pale like me too, huh? If you and I got married, we'd have invisible children. But they'd be raised with love. It's the first thing people notice about me, how pale I am. I could be skipping down Broadway, juggling dildos. People are like, hey, look at how pale he is. That reminds me, we need milk. It stinks, because people think you're unaware of it, too. They're like, oh, you're going to Jamaica? You should wear sunscreen. Oh, really? I've never been outside. Should I wipe my ass with a rake? I'm a moron. I need your help. All summer long. There's always one person coming to me all summer. Do you tan? Do I look like I tan? That's like going up to a homeless person going, hey, do you vacation in Europe? Are you a gold card member? What would be a good housewarming gift? I'm very pale. I'm very anti-summer. Don't get me wrong, there's no boost to the ego quite like the one you get from putting sunscreen on the top of your head. Oh yeah, ladies. Here I come. What's that smell? That's SPF 45 on my cabeza. That's disgusting. Oh yeah. I can't wear shorts. When I wear shorts, people are like, hey, I'm trying to eat here, buddy. And you got those sausage legs. That's sad. I'm going bald. I'm still going bald. It's never going to end. I like to think balding is simply God's way of saying, now let's see you get laid, huh? You were really white and blind before, now we're going to make you bald. Hey, Jesus, get down here. Look at this sack of shit struggle. Isn't that cute? He's grabbing pornography. Let's have some hair grow out of his ears for now. I'm bald, blind, and pale. I'm like a gigantic recessive gene. It wouldn't surprise me if I woke up tomorrow with a tail. Ah, great. Have you seen the comic with a tail? He's delightful. Got the glasses? You got glasses there. Sir, I trust people with glasses, don't you? It's like, well, ask him, he's got glasses. But if you're wearing your glasses like this, get away from him! Did you ever take directions from someone that looks like this? Where you gotta go? 49th Street? Well, why don't we take my spaceship? Yeah, I gotta pick up Santa Claus anyway. Hey, favor for favor, you got change for a booger? A booger? That's gross. Can't look that tough in glasses, though. You never see somebody push up their glasses and go, I'm gonna kick your ass. Oh, yes, I am, but first I need to log on to this website. People always want to try your glasses on, too. I'll have strangers come to me. Hey, let me try on your glasses. That's rude. I don't go to people with hair pieces. Hey, let me try on your wig. Yeah, I feel it. Let me sit in your wheelchair. Oh, my God. You are so crippled. Huh? You must get the best parking. Let me check out your respirator. Stop shaking. Well, now's no time for a nap. Someone died in that jump. It was sad. And they're expensive too, glasses. People that sell them are always a little pretentious to rationalize the cost. They're always like, what would you like your glasses to say? What would I like my glasses to say? I don't know. How about I got a big dick? Are there any that say that? That is filthy. That doesn't seem like a joke he would tell. The only advantage of wearing glasses is you can do that dramatic removal. You ever see that? My God. Holy Mother of God. I can't see a thing. I'm absolutely blind without these. It's probably why I wear them. Oh, yes. You ever notice when people are thinking in movies, they're always chewing on the end of their glasses? If we give the alien a cold. You know what they're really thinking? This tastes like wax. This is disgusting. I need a Jolly Rancher. A Jolly Rancher? He probably got a product placement thing. You got poor vision there, sir? Yeah. Tell you, when you have poor vision, you'll just casually describe yourself as blind. I am so blind. I'm so blind. You would never do that in front of an actual blind person. I am so blind. Not as blind as you. Not all darkness. I'm still allowed to drive. Just exaggerating. Anyone legally blind here? Anyone illegally blind? When did vision become a legal issue? Was there someone on Capitol Hill going, forget about gun control, we've got bogus blind people to deal with their fake dogs and their rubber pencils. They're making a mockery of our blind populace. I say we deal with it now. That was a scary, authoritative voice he did. He did some scary voices. I took a nap today. I love sleep. Who loves sleep? By round of applause here. Right? Isn't that the best? I love sleep. Have you ever been asleep at night and you're awakened by a noise, you're convinced is someone breaking in your house and they're going to kill you? But instead of getting up and escaping, you just go back to bed? What is that, a murderer? I gotta get some sleep. Can't kill me if I'm asleep. That'd be embarrassing. You get to heaven. How'd you die? Oh, man, I was too lazy to get out of bed. You know, I heard the guy in the kitchen. I thought I had an hour. Sleep is too important. Sleep can make you give up any principle, too. You ever been invited to something? Hey, want to help the homeless? Yeah, I'll help the homeless. Meet us Saturday at 7 a.m. Oh, forget the homeless. They're homeless in the afternoon, too, right? I think they're big brunch people. You should let them sleep in a little bit. I have to negotiate with myself just to get out of bed. I'm like, all right, here's the deal, me. I'll get up, but I'm not taking a fucking shower. Because I might be coming back here. Every morning I hear the alarm, it's like, And I think to myself, I could just get used to that. I'll just dream I'm in a techno club or something. You ever have a dream where you get in an argument with someone? Next time you see them, they're like, hey, how you doing? You're like, fuck you. Don't act like you didn't push me off that cliff. You're lucky I had wings. Very lucky. Isn't it weird how interesting your dreams are, but if someone tries to tell you their dream, you're like, whatever. Why don't you send me an email so I can delete it, huh? Blah, blah, blah. You ever have that friend that writes the really long emails? You open it up, you feel like you got homework. I can't read this now. I'm gonna keep that as new. I don't even read them half the time. I just hit reply. Sounds good. Don't write back. Please don't write back. There's some ladies. I like the ladies' tables. Those are the best. Those remind me of those ladies' luncheons my mom would go on. She'd be like, me and the ladies are going out to lunch. And she'd come back like 8 hours later. Me and the ladies went to lunch. Your father's a prick. And get me a gyro.
love gyros. My family's always arguing. It always starts off innocent, and then it gets vicious right away. So I was like, hey, it looks like you're losing some hair. At least my wife's not a whore. Well, good to see you. From a very big family, 9 parents. Anyone from one of those? That's confusing, huh? I'm actually one of 6 kids, Catholic. You know, there's people from big Catholic families, I always throw that Catholic after the number. I was like, 6 kids, Catholic. 6 kids, Catholic. As if you didn't hear the Catholic part, you think, 6 kids? His mother was a whore. Oh, she was Catholic. Then it's okay. I'm the youngest, too. When you're the youngest, people are always like, you're the baby, you're spoiled. You know, the fact, man, when you're the youngest of a big family, by the time you're a teenager, your parents are insane. Like, hey, I'm going roller skating. You're not going roller skating, you'll end up pregnant like your sister. What? Why don't you smoke pot and become a lawyer? I guess I could. Parents get burned out in big families. You can even see it in the naming of children. It's always like the first kid, you were named after Grandma. 7th kid, you were named after a sandwich I had. I love that sandwich. Now get your brother Reuben. Oh, that was silly. That was silly how he brought it back. If my dad was here, he would demand that you laugh. You wouldn't have an option. He'd be like, start laughing. He used to demand that we'd be in a good mood. He'd be like, go out there and be in a good mood. I'm like, Dad, it's a funeral. I don't give a shit. Go over there and stand next to the casket. My dad doesn't understand technology. I've lived alone for 10 years. I've had the same outgoing answering machine message, which is, hi, this is Jim, please leave a message. To this day, if I'm not home, my dad will leave the same message on my answering machine. I go, beep. Hello. Hello. Tell Jim his dad called. Who's he talking to? Yeah, Dad, my answering machine told me he called. I would have called earlier, but the toaster told me I was hungry. It's insane. He's retired. Ever since my dad retired, he gets on crazes. Like his latest craze is butter. I'm not making this up. I was talking to him. He's like, Jim, I've just had the best butter of my life. I'm like, Dad, you need something to do. Because butter's not that important. Then he proceeded to inform me that the butter was made by the Amish. Of course, he meant the Amish. But he's always had his own language. One time he asked me, he goes, Jim, have you ever been to Cancun? Yeah, Dad, what travel agent are you using? He's mellowed down a little bit. He used to be so intense. When I was getting ready for college, he sat me down and he goes, Jim, I'm not sending you to college so you get drunk and flunk out. Well, then I'm not going. You're going to have to send a neighbor. What is this, Russia? That's silly. He will treat you to things, my dad, but not necessarily things you want. He'll be like, tomorrow we're getting up at 5 a.m., sitting in a boat for 12 hours till your head turns a bright beet red. Happy birthday. He always wants to suggest things for my act. So every now and then he'll call me over there. Jim, here's a really cute story for your act. It's always the most random shit. I was shoveling 2 weeks ago when the gloves I had fell apart. So I call up those bastards at Sears. Just then, call waiting breaks in. It's your brother. His wife's just given birth to a beautiful baby girl. Jim, why don't you use that in your act? Yeah, Dad, I think my answering machine wants to talk to you. He wants to come to New York. My dad's never been to New York. I could just see him dealing with some Egyptian cab driver. Okay, Mohammed. I don't speak hieroglyphics. Let's go to the Empire State Building, you bastard. It sounds like he comes from a crazy family. I'm originally from Indiana, and I know what most of you are thinking. Indiana, mafia. The fact, where I grew up, there was something very similar to the mafia. 4-H. You didn't mess with 4-H. Unless you want to wake up with a cow head in your bed. There's a different kind of pride where I'm from, you know? It's not like, we're from New York, we're tough, or we're from Texas, we like things big. It's more like, we're from Indiana and we're gonna move. We're getting out of here. It's fun being on the East Coast when you're from the Midwest, because people are nice, but they're very condescending to you. They're always like, you from where? Indiana. Oh, welcome, this is electricity. Next to stool, you don't gotta sit on the ground no more. A lot of people on the East Coast view Indiana the same way you view Dolly Parton's Dollywood. You know, you've heard of it, you're not really sure where it is, but you're pretty sure you're never gonna fucking go there. I'll never go there. I've heard of it though. People have driven through Indiana. Periodically someone comes to me, "Oh, you're from Indiana? I drove through Indiana once." I never know what to say. I remember you. You were a very good driver. How'd you stay in between those lines? At least I don't lie about where I'm from. I love when people do that. It's like, hey, where are you from? Me, I'm from Chicago. Oh, really? Where in Chicago? Outside Chicago. Oh, where outside Chicago? Milwaukee. Oh, really? I'm from the future. Nice to meet you. It's back home at Christmas. Whenever I go back home, my brothers and sisters, they don't think I've changed so much. They're always like, oh, well, welcome home, Mr. New York. What's that you're wearing, Mr. Stylish New Yorker? I'm like, it's a belt. It's back home. I was walking around the Kmart in our hometown, or as we called it, the mall. I was walking around the Kmart and I saw a guy in the Kmart drinking a cup of KFC gravy. And you know, I love gravy too. But I've never considered it a beverage. Wouldn't you love to be at the doctor with this guy? Hey, how you doing there, Mr. Jones? I'm your doctor. I got your cholesterol here. Okay. You're where your blood's not moving. This is kind of a strange question. You haven't been drinking gravy, have you? Because you're like 90% meat byproduct. We're going to have to register you with the government. That's silly. That's very silly. My brother's birthday is on Christmas, so he gets kind of ripped off. Birthdays are kind of like, the expectations on birthdays are just brutal. Like if you're not opening presents on your birthday, every other activity is a disappointment. I can't believe I have to go to work on my birthday. I can't believe I'm doing the dishes on my birthday. I can't believe I'm paying for sex on my birthday. What a ripoff. Best are birthdays at work. Everyone's like, sign the card, sign the card. I don't even know this guy. Just sign it anyway. All right, who the fuck are you? Thanks for signing it. Some of the presents you get are awkward too. You ever get clothing as a present? People are always like, oh, they always say the same thing. You can take it back if you don't like it. I'm always like, nah, that's all right. I'll just throw it out. Don't give me an errand, you know? Why don't you take this back, and while you're at the mall, can you pick up some bagels from that bakery? It's right next to the place. It's hard to buy presents, you know? You know what would be hard to buy a present for is Jesus. Why could you have gotten Jesus for his birthday? You know? Because whatever you got Jesus, he must have been like, pair of socks. You know I'm dying for your sins. But thanks for the socks. They'll go great with my sandals. What am I, German? Give me a break here. We all know Jesus was a carpenter, right? But do you think he was any good at that? Or people like, it is a good thing that Messiah thing worked out. Because you should have seen the shed he built for my brother. Blah, blah, blah. That's irreverent. We all know Jesus had those apostles too, but did he have a best friend? Was he ever like, I think everyone knows the apostles, and this is my buddy Earl? Earl does an impression of John the Baptist. Do it, Earl. Go ahead, do it, do it. I wonder what Father's Day is like up there. That must be wild, huh? What do you think Jesus' relationship is like with his dad, you know? Is it like Sanford and Son up there? That must have been hard for Joseph to discipline Jesus.
Must have been like, Jesus, I ain't in this house by 10 p.m. Yeah, whatever, you ain't my real dad anyway. That's a reverend, he's going to hell for that one. He's a baddie boopy. Speaking of writing, anybody written any postcards lately? That's kind of, you could be a genius, you try and write a postcard, you just come across like a moron anyway. This city's got big buildings, I like food, bye. You ever get a postcard? You're so excited to get it, you don't even read it. You're like, hey, I got a postcard. Who gives a shit? That's why when I send a postcard, I quiz people. Like, hey, did you get that postcard? Yeah. Well, what'd I say? You were having a good... I was in jail. You know whatever you write on a postcard, you know the postman's going to read it, too. That's why I always write, you're right, your postman is a dick. It's me to the postman. Why do you even have to be out of town to write a postcard? I just want to write a postcard to my neighbors. Be like, I still live near you. Just slide it under his door. Flips it over. It's just a picture of me holding a rifle. Oh, Jesus. That's kind of scary. You ever catch yourself looking for a really good postcard? You know, that one's not good. Like you've ever come home and people are like, hey, thanks for the shitty postcard. Did you even look for a good one? I want to write a postcard to a neighbor, you know, just some stranger instead. Be like, look somebody up on the phone, but Bill Jones. Bill, you're getting a postcard from me. Dear Bill, having a wonderful time here. Wish you were here. Why don't you give me a call at 546-23 squiggly line. Bill gets it. He's like, honey, do we know it? Then wait like a week and send him a letter. Dear Bill, I understand you're very busy, but I thought you could have thanked me for the postcard. Look, no hard feelings. Just give me a call at 546-23 Water State. Then wait like a month. Send him a dozen roses. With a cassette that he puts into his tape player. Dear Bill, are you trying to fucking ignore me? All I wanted was a thank you for the postcard. Let's straighten this out. Give me a call at 546-23... Oh, that was a scary joke. Some of them are scary. There's very scary ones. I didn't like some of the scary ones. I love TV. But you ever look for the remote control, you can't find it, so you just decide, it looks like I'm not watching TV. I'm not going to take 2 steps and turn it on myself. I'll go to the gym if I'm going to work out. Fuck that shit. You ever have the TV on and you can't find the remote? Gotta watch that one channel? Feel like you're in prison, don't you? I gotta watch this. I might as well be reading or something. This is work or something. I will watch. I can't watch just a little bit of TV. I'll be like, all right, I got 5 minutes. I'm gonna sit down and watch a little TV. I'll sit down and I'll be like, what day is it? Oh shit. My favorite channel is Lifetime. Because Lifetime is television for women. Lifetime television for women. Yet for some reason there's always a woman getting beaten on that network. In a Lifetime original, Meredith Baxter Burney gets beaten with a rod. In a Lifetime original, Rod. Brought to you by Playtex. I will watch anything too. I'll watch stuff and I'll be like, I've seen this before. This is horrible. I guess I'll watch it again. I'm rather lazy. You ever find yourself being lazy for no reason at all? Like you pick up your mail, you go in your house, you realize you have a letter for a neighbor. You ever look at the letter and go, looks like they're never getting this. Take too much energy to go back outside. You might like stick it on a bureau. I'm gonna get that to them later on. Right now I gotta watch some Love Connection. You ever have one thing to do all day, but you just can't get yourself to do it? I gotta go to the post office.
but I'd probably have to put on pants. They're only open till 5. I'm gonna have to do that next week. I have a little more free time. I don't know about you, I never have free time. You ever go to the cash machine, there's 2 people in line in front of you, you're like, fuck this shit. I'm not gonna stand here for 20 seconds. I got things to do. Sometimes being lazy can get you in trouble, you know. You ever just sit around all weekend, you know, take a shower all weekend, then come Monday morning, you're running late for work? Oh shit. Get to work, someone's like, something smells like smoke in here. Yeah, I went to a barbecue on Friday night. I had a rather busy weekend after that. It was an all-weekend barbecue. Yeah, anyone from the 1700s here? You guys wouldn't get it then. I don't know much about the 1700s, just what I've seen in paintings and museums. From what I can tell, people back then, well, they weren't that happy or good looking. Either that or they were just painting the sad, ugly people. What, do you got TB? I'd like to do your portrait. I recently went to the Museum of Modern Art. Have you been there? That's exhausting, huh? Acting like you're interested in that shit? Huh. After about 5 minutes, I was like, I thought there were supposed to be women here. The only thing holding me back from leaving a museum is I can never find the exit. I was like, more medieval shit? How do I get out of here? They should charge you to leave. You can leave if you donate $6. Fine, I'll give you 30. He was very anti-culture. I didn't appreciate it at all. It's very silly. This is a very attractive audience. Life's a little easier for the beautiful people. Can we admit that? I mean, think about it. If a stranger smiles at you and they're attractive, you think, oh, they're nice. But if the stranger's ugly, you're like, what the fuck do they want? Get away from me. Are you in a cult? Get out of here. Sometimes beauty's distracting, you know? Like in movies, Halle Berry is so beautiful, but I find it hard to follow the plot when she's in a movie. Like in Bulworth, when she was playing the ghetto kid, the entire time I was just thinking, why doesn't she become a model? She could get some pictures together. Hell, she could be Halle Berry. We are very consumed with beauty in this society. If you don't believe me, just check out some of that British television. You ever watch a BBC show? You're like, holy shit, everyone's so ugly. These are the ones that got the acting job. How ugly are the people they turned down? Beauty has an odd effect on you. You know, isn't it weird, like whenever you ever watch a music video and the singer is not attractive, you're like, wow, they must be really talented. I wish I wasn't affected by beauty, but I am. I exert so much energy acting like I'm not affected by a beautiful woman. You know, a beautiful woman walk by on the outside, I'm like, On the inside, I'm like, holy fuck! Stop it, make it stop! And it's even worse if you're with your girlfriend or your wife, because then you have to act even harder. Woman will walk by on the outside, you're like, that's a pretty tree. Sometimes you have to take that second look. You're like, I gotta see her again. And women don't understand. Women are like, why do you look again? Just in case the girl's like, come on, let's fuck. They never are, but you gotta check. Oh, she didn't want it. I thought I'd check. Beauty is odd, though, isn't it? Like, you ever hang around one beautiful person, it almost makes you feel better. You're like, hey, what? But if you hang around like 4 beautiful people, you're like, I'm a mongoloid. I'm a mongoloid. I need to do something. I love when beautiful people complain, too. You know? Like the models, they're always like, you know, when I was younger, I went through a very awkward period. Are we supposed to feel sorry for them? It's like going up to a starving Ethiopian and going, yeah, I know how you feel. When I was in college, I skipped lunch twice. Yeah, I had to go to Burger King later on that day. That's insensitive. He deals with some issue stuff. He's hitting the nail on the head sometimes. I just wish he'd get off the fucking stage. I stopped liking him an hour ago. He's probably trying to prove something. We all have to go to the bathroom. I wish he did. Some of us have to work tomorrow. That bastard. It's because he's bald, that's why. These are all messages I received from Jesus. Supposed to kill someone. It's very silly. This kind of reminds me of as a little kid. My dad would volunteer me for the reading in church. I'd be like 6 years old. He'd be like, "You'll be doing the reading." I'd be like, "Fuck." I never had my glasses, so I wouldn't be able to read. I'd be like, "A letter from Peter to the postage. Somebody kill me! I'd rather go to hell than read up here." You know, it's church, you're reading from the Bible. It's not like you could get the first line and then ad-lib. A letter from Peter to the apostles. Dear apostles, how was your weekend? Sure is hot here. Tell Jesus, hey. This is the word of the Lord. That is all for me. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Gaffigan.
Oh dear. Hi. Oh, you're Super Dick? You're the funny guy at work. Disguising yourself as a dick. I'm not a dick, everyone just hates me. It is. You guys are boozed up. That's not the answer. Alright. Sit down, Sally. Is that your brother, Dick? It's very interesting. You ever hang around someone with no sense of humor? That's how I feel around you two. Hey, stop picking on them. They're rich white kids. That was good, yeah. I hope you guys are drunk. They are, but they're dicks when they're not drunk, aren't they? Yeah. I don't know what it is, but it's spreading. You guys are dickerific. Hey. All right. That's very funny. I'll think of that next time your dad pays your credit card bill. Hey, that is not true. I drove up from Irvine. And, ready, Ron? Hey, can't we all just get along? It's sad. You're not? And I don't care. Not from Irvine? Not that interesting. Oh dear. Who gives a shit? Good God, you guys are the fucking shittiest segment of the crowd I've ever seen. Oh, that's mean. Hey, now I feel bad. You know what's going to be interesting after the show? When I individually hunt you down and kill every one of you.
We were just having fun. Bludgeon, bludgeon. I think he might do it. That guy's scary. Look for them at Applebee's.